Our Inner World and Why We Need to Know It by Aion Farvahar. The most valuable knowledge in your life is your knowledge about yourself. This knowledge cannot be learned from teachers or found in the outside world, because it is within you in your inner world, and the only way to access it is to become curious about yourself. Hi, this is Aion Farvahar. I'm glad you're here. This channel is about self-realization and honoring our life purpose and meaning. If you're interested in these topics, please subscribe to stay connected. Your support is the foundation of this channel and encourages me to create more content in the future. Today, we want to focus on the concept of inner world. The inner world, as defined here, is not a world where we keep our secrets or private feelings or thoughts. Instead, it is an unconscious inner world, a world that contains everything that we don't know about ourselves or about our life. If you have questions about who you are or what your life is about, your inner world is the only place you can find your answers. You and I probably know that our life could be much better than what it is now. We also intuitively know that something is still missing from our life. Maybe a deeper sense of connection to ourselves, a sense of purpose, or a sense of clarity and direction in life. We have been searching for this missing part everywhere. To find it, we changed our environments, changed our relationships, found new friends, and learned as much as we could about life, about love, about success and happiness. We stayed curious about others and looked everywhere in the external world for a sign of what we are missing inside. But the more we searched out there, the further we felt from what we are missing inside. Why is that? Have we been looking for what we are missing in all the wrong places? Probably. If you have searched the external world enough, you probably realize by now that what is missing in you or from your life is not out there, but rather within you. And the only way to find it is to search for it in your inner world. This presentation invites you to become curious about your inner world and know what you can discover in there. More specifically, we cover the following topics. What and where is our inner world? What insights can we expect to discover in our inner world? And how to access our inner world through inner works. Let's go over these. What and where is our inner world? In its simplest definition, inner world is a private world within our psyche, a world that holds valuable insights about all aspects of our being, insights about our personality, our purpose, and our true nature or spiritual essence. The concept of inner world may seem abstract and impractical at first, because unlike the external world, our inner world is not out there in plain sight. The external world seems tangible because we notice it out there and can direct our attention to it. So what gives the external world its sense of realness or practicality is our focused and conscious attention to it. Similarly, when we watch a movie or read a novel and feel fully immersed in its story, the events in there can become more relatable and emotionally engaging. This is because our conscious attention and imagination is fully tuned in to that world. Same can be said about when we dream at night and find ourselves fully immersed in the world of our dream, even consciously engaging with it. So our inner world can be as real and accessible as the external world when we turn our focused and conscious attention to it and choose to engage with it. Now the question is how to access and engage with this inner world, and what information and insights we can expect to discover in there. What insights can we expect to discover in our inner world? One thing we would all realize at some point in our life, that there must be more to life and who we truly are than what we happen to believe. Ironically, we come to this realization often at later stages in life, usually around midlife, when we lose our interest in pursuit of pleasure or superficial experiences and start looking for deeper and more meaningful connections. This realization usually happens due to repeated setbacks in life, or an existential, identity, or spiritual crisis. This can also lead to a dark night of the soul and a renewed sense of curiosity toward our inner world in search of redemption and deeper insights. These insights can be psychological, personal, or spiritual in nature. Psychological insights help us understand our personality and the impulses behind our feelings, thoughts, or beliefs, especially those that are intense or negative in nature and no longer aligned with the person we would rather be. Without such understanding, reaching a state of psychological peace and harmony is not possible. Personal insights help us find our purpose and a sense of direction in life. Without purpose, our life lacks a sense of direction and can be fully immersed in our habits or driven by our self-preservation and self-gratification impulses. And spiritual insights help us notice our true nature and spiritual essence of our being, and to realize that we are not sentient beings experiencing a bodily existence. We are spiritual beings incarnated to have meaningful human experiences. This realization brings a higher sense of meaning and spiritual relevance to our existence. How to access our inner world through inner works. As mentioned, our inner world contains psychological, personal, and spiritual insights. In this section, we go over 3 inner work techniques to access these insights. These are psychological inner work, ontological inner work, and transcendental or shamanic inner work. Although these techniques are different in practice, they do have something in common. They all use our inner senses, namely our intuition and our imagination. Similar to how we use our 5 primary senses to interact with the external world, we can use our inner senses of intuition and imagination to interact with our inner world. Let's briefly review each one of these techniques. Further details about these are provided in the description below. Psychological inner work. Psychological inner work involves inquiry into aspects of our personality that we want to understand better. One of the best techniques for this type of inner work is IFS, or Internal Family Systems. IFS is an evidence-based psycho-spiritual model pioneered by Dr. Richard C. Schwartz. In IFS, our feelings, thoughts, and behaviors are expressions of our sub-personalities or distinct parts of our personality. For example, I may feel down or anxious without even knowing the reason behind it. IFS allows me to focus on this feeling and get to know the part of my personality that is behind it, listen to its concern, and understand why it feels down or anxious. Because IFS helps me separate myself from all aspects of my personality, I begin to see myself as the center of my being, a center that is connected but not defined by my personality. In IFS, this center of being is called Self with a capital S, which can be compared to our heart center, our true nature, and so on. If we view our self-awareness as a metaphoric tree, the trunk of this tree represents our true nature, or self, which is grounded and deeply connected to the energy of the earth, while the various aspects or parts of our personality are the branches in this tree, representing us in the external world. If you're interested to know more about this spiritual view of personality, check the description below for a link to my post on this topic. Ontological inner work. Ontological inner work is a powerful way to bring a sense of direction to our life, especially when we are at a fork on the road or unsure about a decision or a choice we have to make. When we think ontologically, we don't focus on things we want or choices we wish to make, but rather on exactly why we want them or wish to make them. Ontological inner work involves contemplative imagination to find out what makes the most sense to do in certain situation or what could happen in another. Ontological imagination allows us to create hypothetical scenarios in our inner world and find new insights by noticing our emotional reactions to them. For example, if I want something, I can imagine having it or not having it and check my emotional reactions to each scenario. As a part of this process, I naturally become an observer of myself and through that activate my higher mind to notice the outcome of my decisions before making them. Ontological inner work can lead to clarity of mind, a deeper understanding of our purpose, and a sense of direction in our life. Transcendental or shamanic inner work. Our inner world also contains spiritual insights, but they can be accessed only through transcendental or shamanic inner work. Unlike conventional meditation techniques, the goal of transcendental or shamanic inner work is not to experience a state of peace or mindfulness, but rather create space inside and turn our attention and curiosity inward to access deeper levels of self-awareness and insights. In a way, transcendental or shamanic inner work is a form of self-inquiry focused on connecting to spiritual aspects of our being and raising our self-awareness through them. For example, in shamanic journeys, these insights are communicated intuitively through connection and inner dialogue with meaningful images, symbols, spirit guides, or whatever is present in the journey. Shamanic inner work is a self-guided expedition into inner dimensions of our being, an expedition that has a life-affirming purpose and intention. Shamanic inner work also involves establishing a connection to the center of our consciousness, which is symbolized by our heart center or axis mundi. The role of axis mundi here can be compared to that of self in IFS. Closing remarks. In closing, I hope you have found the ideas presented here useful. The main takeaway here is to realize that the answers to your most fundamental questions about who you are or what your life is meant to be are not out there in the external world, but right here within you in your inner world. And what lies between you as the person you are now and you as someone you are destined to become is your choice to become curious about yourself and begin to look inside. If you have found this presentation inspiring, please like and share it with your like-minded friends. Please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts and comments. For more information about myself and my life mentorship practice, please find my bio link in the description below. Blessings.